This day, that is 26th January, is celebrated by all of us, by all Indians, as Republic Day every year. We celebrate it so enthusiastically every year. Why should we accept the constitution made by this assembly more than 50 years ago? We have already noted one reason. The constitution does not reflect the views of its members alone. Yes, the constitution does not reflect the views of its members alone, but it reflects the views of the citizens. The citizens who have agreed upon and who have showed that they have the same broad consensus. The constitution does not reflect the views of its members alone. It expresses a broad consensus of its time. It expresses a broad consensus of its time means it shows that the people more or less had the same ideology, had the same viewpoint, and it is reflected in the constitution. Many countries of the world have had to rewrite their constitution afresh because the basic rules were not accepted to all major social groups or political parties. In some other countries, the constitution exists as a mere piece of paper. No one actually follows it. But do you think it is in our country also? No, not at all. We, the people of the country, the government of our country, the whole system of our country, we follow our constitution, we abide by our constitution, and we respect our constitution. The experience of our constitution is different. Over the last half a century, several groups have questioned some provisions of the constitution, but no large social group or political party has ever questioned the legitimacy of the constitution itself. That means, over some or the other issue, some group of people have sometimes questioned the constitution, but no social group, no political group has ever questioned the legitimacy of the constitution. Legitimacy here means validity of the constitution. Nobody has questioned that is the constitution valid? Is the constitution true? Why should we follow it? Nobody has ever questioned this in our country. We respect our constitution, we respect the provisions which are there in the constitution, and we all abide by it. This is an unusual achievement for any constitution. Why it is called unusual? Because in such a vast country like India, everybody following the constitution so well, respecting the constitution always from the time it has been framed till today, nobody has ever questioned the validity of the constitution. It is really a very big achievement. The second reason for accepting the constitution is that the Constituent Assembly represented the people of India. Very important. Another reason why nobody has ever doubted the constitution and everybody has followed the constitution is because the people of India, the ideologies of the people, the thinking of the people of India is represented in the form of our constitution. The Constituent Assembly represented the people of India. The Constituent Assembly represented the people of India means that the members of the Constituent Assembly were chosen from within the citizens of the country, and so whatever they thought, whatever they wrote, it reflected the ideas, the thinking of the population. There was no universal adult franchise at that time. So the Constituent Assembly could not have been chosen directly by all the people of the country. It was elected mainly by the members of the existing provincial legislatures that we mentioned above. This ensured a fair geographical share of members from all regions of the country. This means that the members of the Constituent Assembly were selected from all provinces, It is not that all the members were from Uttar Pradesh or all members were only from Delhi or from Rajasthan. No. The members of the Constituent Assembly were elected from different provinces of India, different states of India. So there was also fair geographical share of members from all the regions of the country. The assembly was dominated by the Indian National Congress, the party that led India's freedom struggle. But the Congress itself included a variety of political groups and opinions. The assembly had many members who did not agree with the Congress. In social terms, too, the assembly represented members from different language groups, castes, classes, religions, and occupations. Even if the Constituent Assembly was elected by universal adult franchise, its composition would not have been very different. That means it was taken into consideration that the members of the Constituent Assembly must represent members who belong to different social groups, they belong to different castes, they speak different languages, they follow different occupations. Why? So that everybody in the country, all members of the Constituent Assembly, everybody here means all the members of the Constituent Assembly should represent their own province, from where they have come, from where they have been chosen, and there should be equal share of everybody in making of the constitution. So the members of the Constituent Assembly in this way represented the people of the country. Now today I am stopping here. In the next class we will continue our chapter. Thank you.